ImAllexx is a YouTuber who was once known as an internet nice guy, but over the past year has revealed himself to be the exact opposite. He would cover serious topics and grew an online community based around the support of those who have gone through some really dark situations. But he himself started out with a pretty negative reputation. With the content he's made in recent years, it's helped him gain lots of followers despite earlier scandals. Alex was directly involved in promoting false claims against his roommate and fellow YouTuber Slazo back in 2019. This ultimately ruined Slazo's career, and even once he proved the accusations to be false, he never fully came back to YouTube, nor did he have the same presence online. And despite his large following, this has left a stain on ImAllexx's career. And even with positive feedback on his more popular videos, it would still garner him endless criticism. And after this point, anybody who interacted with ImAllexx positively would also receive some sort of backlash at some point. But for years, Alex had persisted through the online judgment and continued making seemingly successful content up until 2024. On June 15th, 2024, Alex's ex-girlfriend Alice released an 80-page Google document detailing the horrors of their relationship and making severe claims against ImAllexx that would result in Alex taking a nearly full-year hiatus from YouTube, and has only just responded to this a few days ago. On March 20th, 2025, Alex dropped a response to these accusations out of nowhere. The video itself is over an hour and 40 minutes long, and I've spent over 2 hours dissecting the first 10 minutes. Before we start this video, I want to be clear, this is not like my normal videos where we do a deep dive and go from start to finish. That is something that I eventually want to do. I want to compare both statements and go over all of the tiny little details, including all of the details that a lot of people missed in the screenshot of ImAllexx's new video. But if you look at how long this video is, we just go over the first 10 minutes. So like I said, this isn't me going over the entire response today. That's something I eventually would like to do. This is me going over some things that really stuck out to me as some red flags and bothered me that I think a lot of people missed. At the end of this video, I'll also go over a few of my opinions, but I'm trying to reserve as much as I can for the bigger video I plan later. This is sort of a preview of what's to come. So yeah, even though this video is just going over a short snippet of ImAllexx's 1 hour and 40+ minute response, it's going to be a long one. So let me know your thoughts below and buckle up for a wild ride. I will also leave both Alice's document and his video linked below as well, but please do not use this to send hate to anybody involved in this video. The reason for me sharing the links is to cite the sources and provide you with fuller context if you desire to seek it. First of all, to get to the 10-minute mark took about an hour and a half because I was going through all of the screenshots. He would put the screenshots up so quick, like, in my personal opinion, there was a reason he did that. There was a method and a strategy behind that, and I'll get into that later. But I had to stop every 0.5 seconds to go over the screenshots, and then he shares the same screenshots over and over and over again. I made a previous video on the claims that Alice has made against ImAllexx. She made this Google Doc on June 15th, 2024, and he has finally responded March 20th, 2025, almost an entire year later. And if you consider the fact that she had already been making claims about Alex behind the scenes a month or two in advance, this would amount to about exactly a year. And yes, before I continue, I am very aware that the names Alex and Alice are very similar, so please keep your mind focused because this is going to get confusing if you mentally tune out at any point, because sometimes I talk a little fast. It's Alex and Alice. So what Alex starts off with is saying that Alice lied about him being on Claire's Law and making police reports. When it comes to Claire's Law, I am not that familiar. I don't think that's a United States thing to my knowledge, but from what I have seen other people say, he claimed that there needed to be some sort of conviction, and that doesn't seem to be the case from everything that I've seen. I could be wrong on that. I'm just going off of the information that I've gathered online. If I am wrong about that, please correct me in the comments down below. It's not to say he is or he isn't. There's just been a lot of confusion with that. And when it comes to him claiming that Alice never made a police report, he claims that she lied about an investigation and that there never was an investigation. After this video, Alice made a tweet sharing information regarding the police report that she claims she made. Now, I'm not familiar with international laws, but I know at least in the United States, making any type of false police report is a crime, and I believe forging legal documents is a crime as well. I don't know for a fact if it's the same in other countries, but I'd like to imagine that there would be some sort of consequence, which makes me all the more inclined to believe that these are likely to be real screenshots. So at this point in time, with the information we have, I do believe that an actual police report was made. I don't think there's any reason at this point to not believe a police report has been made. At best, Alex didn't know she made a police report and just assumed she lied, and at worst, he knew she made a police report and lied about her lying about making a police report. Alex also claims that Alice reached out to other ex-girlfriends asking for statements to back up her own, and if I remember correctly in my previous video, we did go over somebody's accusations against ImAllexx, but off the top of my head, I cannot remember if it was an ex-girlfriend or just an ex-friend. Again, for more information, it's been a whole year. If I do a deep dive on this, I will provide even more details regarding that. Alex stated that Alice made a tweet asking YouTubers to reach out to her so she could do interviews for their videos on a false police investigation after her document was posted.
One of the contradictions made was in a series of tweets Alice posted asking for YouTubers to reach out to her so she could do interviews for their videos on the false police investigation after her document was posted. Alice did multiple interviews where she has lied about me having a criminal record via Claire's Law and being under investigation by police. She continued doing this for months, and these lies have been shared in many videos. Alice said that she can give updates and that people should message her directly, even though in these messages Alice said that she hadn't received any updates or heard anything from police at all. She told YouTubers she couldn't share information until everything with the false police investigation had finished.
And Alice as well, speaking to her, she does want to come out and speak about this, eventually after all the police stuff, and just wants to be able to get all the information. She's got proof as well, and she wants to be able to get all that out there once she's spoken to the police properly.
This story at no point has made any sense, as Alice says that she would only post about this after the police investigation had finished, but then continued to say that the police were involved months after she had posted her document, which once again shows that Alice was lying the entire time. Alice claims she can provide updates to YouTubers in this tweet, but made an excuse to people she was arguing with on Twitter that the reason she couldn't provide updates to them was because of the fact that there was a police investigation and that she wasn't allowed to share anything until it was finished, and that now it had finally finished, she could share more information again. This makes no sense, as Alice had already shared an entire document about me and was then asking people if she could continue to share more information about me in interviews on her Twitter that were then posted onto YouTube.
But if you read the tweet, it comes off that she stated that she was upset that someone posted private DMs of hers in a video without her permission, which Alex speculates is Kavos due to this tweet being posted 5 days after his video was posted that showed a DM from her in that video. But since this is a subtweet, in other words, a very vague passive-aggressive public statement, it's not 100% certain that this was definitely about Kavos, though to my knowledge I have not seen other videos with any other private DMs from her, so I'm not saying this is ruled out, I'm just saying that this is an assumption made by Alex as far as I am aware. And the tweet stated, because he didn't want to read this in his own video, the fact that private DMs got put in videos without contacting me is crazy. It shows people are really out for themselves and not the party involved, me. I would have been happy to approve and say more on the matter, don't be sneaky about it. And then she corrected herself because she accidentally wrote contracting instead of contacting.
She continued doing this for months, and these lies have been shared in many videos. Alice said that she can give updates and that people should message her directly, even though in these messages Alice said that she hadn't received any updates or heard anything from police at all. She told YouTubers she couldn't share information until everything with the false police investigation had finished. The story at no point has made any sense, as Alice says that she would only post about this after the police investigation had finished, but then continued to say that the police were involved months after she had posted her document, which once again shows that Alice was lying the entire time.
I really don't like how Alex is rephrasing what she said here. He's saying that in this tweet, she's happy to provide updates with YouTubers, and this is the same screenshot of her saying that she was upset about someone sharing DMs in a video. She says, I would have been happy to approve and say more on the matter, don't be sneaky about it. In other words, at least to me, it seems that if someone had a question, it sounds like she'd be willing to answer, but she was unhappy that they shared the tweet in a video without letting her know about it first. God, we're only 6 minutes into this video. At this point, we're just getting into really confusing contradictions because I really don't like the way he presented at least the first 10 minutes of this. He just throws so many screenshots up so fast and expects people to take what he's saying at face value, but when you just look a little bit deeper, you'll notice so many plot holes. And the thing is, he throws these screenshots up like every 5 seconds of a 1 hour and 40-minute video. This isn't to say that Alex is lying about every single point in the video, and this also isn't to try and say that Alice has done nothing wrong. I'm just expressing some frustrations with this because I find this very, very inconvenient as a viewer. Alex then goes into Alice blackmailing him and threatening him, but provides no evidence of this. He just shares the 5 same screenshots again and again and again. Now, I don't want to take away from all of Alex's claims because as we dive deeper in, there are some claims that Alice really does need to address, and they do sound really, really bad.
I have taken my time gathering information and evidence as Alice has continued to lie about me and the abuse she put me through during our relationship, whilst blackmailing me and threatening me. Alice has created a one-sided narrative that does not show the reality of what had happened during our relationship. Due to Alice's constant posting about me and my own personal issues, my response has been delayed many times, and all of this will be covered throughout this video.
Bro, it's been almost an entire year. You've had 11 months to craft a response. First of all, you had 11 months to craft a response, and this is the response, which in my opinion isn't really good. And you use the same like 10 screenshots over and over again for an hour and 40 minutes. But I get it. This is probably a really big deal because this has affected your reputation and your YouTube career. So maybe there was a lot of things you wanted to word carefully. But the thing is, I don't think a lot of this was worded carefully. I think this was done in a not so great way, and you had an entire year to craft this. Sorry, Alex, there's another tangent I really need to get out of the way before we continue because it's really rattling my brain. So here's where things really started to pique my attention and where I started to hyper focus on, and this is why it took me like an hour to get through the first 10 minutes of this. He didn't read any of these screenshots out loud. He shows them multiple times, and he paraphrases some of them or explains some of them out of context and provides an entirely different context to some of them, which makes me doubt some of the things he says, if I'm being completely honest. But what really, really gets me is that he shares a lot of screenshots of certain tweets. And if people just paused for 5 seconds and read them, like I know a lot of people just listen to videos, they have them playing in the background, especially if they're an hour long, I totally get that. But for a situation like this, with all of these screenshots showing up, people really should pause and not just read them, but look at them very carefully, like maybe with a little magnifying glass, because there's some things that really came off in these screenshots as fishy to me, especially when it came to taking screenshots of Alice replying to other accounts that were criticizing her. Number one, why is nobody reading the timestamps between Alice and this account, LG Fangirl? They are screenshotted within a single minute of Alice responding. And there's a couple screenshots like this. Either somebody provided the screenshot to Alex, or he was like waiting for her to respond and watching her every move until she posted, and at the exact second she responded. I just think that it's a little odd. It seems like Alex had skimmed through every negative comment that Alice had received and replied to, so I looked deeper into these Twitter accounts. Okay, I want to let you know, I am not claiming anything against ImAllexx with what I'm about to say. I am just presenting this information to you for you to come to your own conclusions. And to be completely honest, I'm not just saying that for legal reasons. I actually don't know the truth behind this. This is rattling my brain. This is still a mystery to me right now. I've said this in a previous video, and the same rule applies here. I am not here to connect the dots. I am just here to present them to you. You're easily manipulated, LOL. You've been manipulated by her. She's a classic narcissistic user. Also, once they broke up, she posted loads of TikToks saying, "I'm genuinely insane, I will ruin your life forever," while smiling, and then deleted them and started playing the victim. Alice responded with, "I have never posted that, you're in La La Land." This was a screenshot that was posted in Alex's video. Now, I've tried looking up this screenshot and the tweet no longer exists. I do believe that this tweet is real and was made, however, because Alice's reply is still there, and the reply is to a deleted tweet. I just don't know when the tweet was deleted. It could have been deleted recently or last year when all of this went down. I do know, though, that this account was made in September of 2024, which is the same month that these tweets were posted. Alice herself even says in this thread, in the response to the now deleted tweet from the Izzy account, "In every fight I am provoked and poked, and I have the evidence. Stop making fake accounts for me. This is like your 50th one." But someone else replied to her saying, "There's no way that this isn't Alex at this point. Man is on some serious damage control." So with this other Twitter user claiming this account to be Alex, can I confirm this? No. Do I believe this? I don't actually think it was Alex. I think this is an account made by somebody who has multiple accounts. There does seem to be a person that has come forward claiming that they were them, but we still don't have an actual persona face to the account. So take it with a grain of salt. At the very least, I do assume that the Izzy account and the LG Fangirl accounts are run by that same person. Now, what led me to this conclusion? Looking into the LG Fangirl account, an almost identical statement was made, and this tweet is still up at the time of making this video. So this tweet said, "I'm just saying there's clearly more. Also, I remember scrolling through your page a few months ago. You have now deleted these posts. I will ruin your life. I am genuinely crazy, etc. Why did you delete them posts, Alice?" Not only that, but this was posted on the same day as the other screenshot from Alex's video was posted. What's missing in that screenshot from Alex's video, though, is the timestamp. Luckily, Alice's tweet is still available, and it seems her response was around an hour later. So we can roughly assume that not only was this tweet made on the same day, but within about an hour of another similarly worded tweet. I don't know what time she said this in her time zone, but for my time zone, it was 11:54 a.m. on September 22nd, 2024. Not only this though, but in this same thread, she also shares a screenshot and claims that the Izzy account and several other accounts are all the same person. She wrote "all the same person, LMAO." And the same person who made the accusation that it was Alex stated, "I'd love to imagine that there's an entire underground network of people just pumping these accounts." If this is true, and a bunch of sock accounts were targeting Alice around this same period of time, at best, Alex is using evidence, quote unquote, to prop up his side of the story by somebody who is clearly chronically online and unhinged, or at worst, considering the timing of these screenshots here, something more sinister could be going on. But like I mentioned, according to Alice in the same thread, she believes that this was a fangirl of Alex trying to defend him while harassing her. I think it's that one girl that admitted she made a lot to defend him and blamed it on her autism. Now, doing some research, I found this screenshot through Reddit that was a tweet. I'm unsure exactly when the tweet was made, but recently this popped up due to somebody else acting unhinged, and that person claiming to be the person in the tweet came out and said, "Yes, I was the one that made all of these accounts a year ago, but this new person isn't me." It's confusing, it's a lot. But basically what this boils down to is that this is likely all one person who is a super fan of Alex and defending him, and if that's the case, this evidence should be maybe taken with a grain of salt in my opinion. Also, I do want to know, were these screenshots taken by Alex himself, or were they taken by this person running these accounts and sent to Alex? Because if that's the case, that would be a whole different can of worms. So were these accounts all run by the same person? Was this an unhinged fangirl of ImAllexx? If so, did Alex know this, or was this someone else?
The world may never know.
But really quick, being the victim of a very serious injury may not just be a painful experience, but a very stressful one. The National Safety Council reported that in the year of 2021, over 36,000 car accidents would happen in the United States every single day. And in many cases, people who have gotten in accidents had to deal with the headache of trying to navigate the cost of their injuries. Things could be much more simple though by becoming a client of Morgan & Morgan. If you've ever gotten into an accident, your injury could potentially be worth millions. When dealing with cases, Morgan & Morgan doesn't just settle for lowball offers. Morgan & Morgan has achieved significant verdicts for victims with life-altering injuries. This includes over $12 million in Florida being 34 times the highest insurance offer, and $26 million in Philly, which is 40 times the highest insurance offer. Being America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers working across all 50 states. And the best part is, you don't have to pay any fees unless you win your case. That's right, that means no expensive upfront charges coming out of your pocket. Like I've said, if you've ever gotten seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions, and you're just a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. You could start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at forthepeople.com/Mimi, and you can also find my link in the description below. Thank you so much to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring another video on my channel, and with that being said, let's get back into today's topic.
When Alice's story was questioned by people on Twitter, she responded with threats to leak my phone number whilst also insulting me and anyone who pointed out these inconsistencies in her document. Alice would then block these people after arguing and insulting them for replying to her posts as they were highlighting many of the inconsistencies and lies that Alice had made.
I will say, whether or not this is some kind of joke, this is definitely something that should have never been said. Threatening or alluding to the idea of leaking somebody's number is not okay. So he actually does acknowledge that she blocked these accounts, and instead of addressing the accusations of these all being the same person, he frames it as her insulting them. That is a red flag to me. I don't like that he didn't say there were some accounts that were getting a little out of hand when it came to defending me, and I don't support that. Instead, he only shows the fact that she blocked them. He did not even provide the reason why she blocked them. He did not provide the evidence supporting her reasoning either. Again, this is really shady to me, and this is why I'm not a fan of him flashing all of these screenshots in the video really fast while talking, because in my opinion, I think this is a tactic used in hopes that most people won't have the attention span to stop and read everything he's posting, especially again, because this is such a long video. There is one point I'll give to ImAllexx, because he does bring up how a lot of messages within Alice's Google Doc were cropped. This is something that I myself had expressed concern with in my previous video going over the document.
Alice changed her Google document multiple times to hide these criticisms, and has cropped messages that showed her using the same racial slurs that she had accused me of bringing into our relationship, as it directly contradicted her story.
People have extracted the files and were able to see the full uncropped images and found that she cropped out her usage of slurs in some of the text messages while simultaneously accusing him of using slurs. A tweet by Cope and Seeth stated, "So I was pulling apart the doc that got dropped on ImAllexx and noticed that a few of the screenshots have been cropped. Interestingly, they were cropped within the doc itself, so Google preserved the rest of the image data, which I was able to extract. Here they are uncropped." Alice responded, stating, "I write in my statement multiple times that I became reckless with my uses of language because this was so normalized by Alex. I'm well aware this doesn't excuse my use of the word, but it's an honest explanation. I do apologize for any offense caused by this." So yeah, she was caught using the same slurs she accused Alex of saying. Basically, both of them had said them, and this brought up the question of, well, if she's cropping this out, what else is she cropping out? I do remember that she did end up changing the Google Doc, but this is what I mostly remember her correcting specifically. Please let me know if I missed anything from my last video, because I think I grabbed the screenshots before she switched it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. Alex repeats himself multiple times that she edited this document.
So repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff.
Alex also claimed to have tons of additional text conversations that Alice left out in her video, and he also claims,
Alice has made tweets stating that I do not have any trauma from our relationship together and that she never hit me. These statements are untrue, and in fact Alice admits to slapping me and pushing me in another in her own document. Alice had also been kicking me, which she admitted to me on Facebook Messenger after she had lied that I was on Claire's Law, and all of this will be covered separately throughout this video. Alice has done all of this despite claiming she was never physically abusive at any point in our relationship, which is a lie, as Alice was physically me regularly, which she has hidden and now lied about publicly.
I want to remind you, this isn't the deep dive yet. This is me just going over some smaller details, trying to make things make sense. Alex then went into his diagnosis of BPD, or borderline personality disorder, which many in the comments have speculated that he has, but I did not know for sure at the time of my first video. It appears that this diagnosis was made in July of 2024, which would have been after all of this happened, and Alex used this diagnosis that was made in July of 2024 to paint Alice as a liar for claiming that Alex wasn't diagnosed with BPD.
Alice also posted a series of tweets in an argument on Twitter, stating that I do not have BPD, also known as borderline personality disorder. Alice has even gone as far as diagnosing me as a narcissist in her document, and she claimed that she is an empath. I was diagnosed by my psychiatrist with what they believe to be emotionally unstable personality disorder, also known as borderline personality disorder. I was then referred to my local community mental health team after the diagnosis from my psychiatrist.
But how is she supposed to know that he got diagnosed with BPD if it was months after they had already broken up? Unless this is something he posted publicly somewhere that I missed, or he straight up told her at some point and sent these papers to her proving that he did in fact get diagnosed. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a lie. A lie is intentionally spreading false information. This would just be something she was wrong about, but he proceeds to claim that she had lied about this. He also gets into claims about her trying to spread false information about him last year, while simultaneously saying she'd stop talking about the situation until the police investigation was complete.
Alice has made multiple tweets spreading false information about my medical history, whilst continuing to lie during these arguments she has online regarding me. Alice replied to a tweet which she believed was about me, where she denied that I have BPD, as she thought the original tweet was in defense of me. When it was pointed out the tweets were not about me, and that they were about another YouTuber, Alice tried to justify her ongoing posts lying about me as simply sharing information, even though nobody had asked, and she had said she wasn't going to post about me after the document was released due to the police investigation that she had lied about. Alice has continued to try and remain in control of the narrative surrounding me and my life for the last 12 months by spreading many lies, including this one. Alice has opened her document by saying that I will make a contradicting response to the allegations that she has made against me, and that after posting her statement she can move on with her life. But this was a lie, as Alice has continued to post about me many times online to this day, as I have shown and will show throughout this video.
Alex then claims that Alice made false accusations of him threatening her if she came out with this story, and basically pulling an Uno reverse card saying that she was actually the one blackmailing him. He shows more screenshots, and these ones actually are pretty damning on Alex. She says, "Fix up or I'll break your Star Wars stuff. Good night, going out with family early tomorrow. So if you aren't here, don't bother cause I'll be out. Here at mine. Here when? Never mind, good night. I was going to put everything off to come to you, but I didn't get the impression earlier that'd be a good idea. I'm on a super flimsy schedule and this has totally messed it up." Another screenshot was, "You effed it, wow." Wow, what? You're a nightmare. Lucky I don't expose that stuff, LMAO. I just said I was looking forward to the house. Let me update my story real quick. And you did this. I'm not calling you. You pushed me too far with everything I have on. I think he meant to say going on. She wrote, "I'm scared, aka reassure me we'll be okay." Another screenshot shows, "Then own it and stop messaging me. Say sorry publicly. I don't know what you want to do. Just go away." Why publicly? Because of why you're messaging me. Man, stay the F away from you. I think he meant to say me. She also said, "You kicked me," but he just showed the screenshot and didn't address this at the time he showed that. He wrote, "You psychotic freak. I'm not effing dealing with this. Keep going. It's adding to the report. You start stuff today. What the F? You did. You started today. Leave me alone. I was minding my business cleaning. You've destroyed everything, seriously. I hope you understand. No walking back from this." I don't know why he included this screenshot specifically, because in this screenshot, it has her saying "you kicked me" and him just calling her a psychotic freak. And he claims that that was blackmail when he tries to point her out as for questionably saying "I didn't kick you for that" or "I didn't kick you because of that." And forgiving about what? Everything you did to me. Is this about me getting assaulted? I'm confused. No, this is about us and what you did to me. Do you want to talk about it? I want you to leave me alone forever and stop trying to be civil with me and say like that behind my back. Saying I used to hit you is insane, and I can sue you for that. I would have preferred to just talk to you about all of this since the start. Aside from that, all of these texts are really bad. Some of these are things Alice definitely does need to address. That being said, blackmail is a strong word used to describe the situation in my opinion. To me, it sounds more like toxic arguing, but who knows, I could be wrong on that. I'm really sorry. I want to do a full deep dive of all the claims he has made against her and all the claims that she has made against him and go over this more and kind of use this now to say for anybody looking at this situation, if you've watched this video but only listened, go back and watch the video again and look at the screenshot and pay attention to not just what was said in them, but the timestamps, the names of the people involved, all of that, because I do think that there are a lot of things Alex said in this video, and we'll get into that in the next segment of this, that are really worth looking deeper into. He made a lot of claims against Alice. He did debunk a few things that she claimed, like him forgetting her birthday, but when it comes to these screenshots that he repetitively posts, it's taken so much time out of the entire video that I can't even focus on the video itself, because the screenshots he put up that he hoped everybody would ignore are so much louder than he thinks they are, at least to me. I'm finding it a bit hard to even focus on anything he's verbally saying in the video, because these screenshots are either thrown in so fast or very confusing, contradict each other. Some of them don't. Some of them are like pretty bad looking on Alice's behalf, but a lot of them just don't support his argument as strongly as he thinks it. I feel like I really got off on a lot of tangents here, and I really went deep into this whole account situation, but these are things I've just noticed within the first 10 minutes, let alone the entire video. The video was very, very hard to watch. It was very repetitive. I felt like the Bo Burnham song repeat stuff was stuck in my head. My brain felt like it was rotting out of my ears, and I feel like I've lost a lot of IQ points listening to this.
See what I mean, Patrick?
Where's the leak, ma'am?
This is speculation on my end. I can't prove this one way or the other, but it comes off to me, in my opinion, that he possibly waited this long to make the video, hoping that people would forget what he actually said and did, because there are video and audio recordings of Alex, quite a lot of them. And in his video, he just makes claims against Alice, which claims are claims, accusations are accusations, but there is a lot that had been captured as evidence when it comes to Alice's claims against Alex. I just want to put that out there. And we're going to take a peek at some of those video clips. And just to warn you, it does get a little dark.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I can go round and round in circles. I join call, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a dog, you don't fucking do it, you fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you f***ed it all up anyway, so it's just fucking weird, and I know that you're going to end up admitting that you f***ed it all up. Sorry first.
So I'm a f***ing mouth.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the, maybe, I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is, just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
and
like
go,
this is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna smash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. What drives me mental is, I think I may have said, like, 100 times, to the point where it's actually really hard to follow what I'm saying, because it's so flexible. I've gone, you could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that, and it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like, most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional, and you're all not. Because, and then when you go, I don't like this, it's not like massive issues there. And you think you can just fucking ignore them, because it's like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know, your boyfriend's fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small, because you might not have any fucking lose, because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. Over what? I don't understand, because you ain't got anything to be stuck up over. But for some reason, something isn't good enough for you. You work all day. It's like, and then you look like a fucking miserable fucking little cunt all the time. Like, your face is annoying to look at, like, when I come downstairs. Like, I'm actually fed up of looking at you. Which is why I sleep downstairs, because I don't want to have to go upstairs and, oh, you're taking all the covers. It's like, woman just, like, fucking ask me to buy another one, or stop complaining. Like, nothing, the thing is, it annoys me, nothing needs to be an argument, because everything is fixable. Buy a new duvet, I sleep downstairs. But no, you've always got to act like none of this stuff, because you don't actually try and fix any problem. Like, it's infuriating at this point. Like earlier, you're miserable about it. All you have to do is say what it is and it's fine. You don't have to, like, clean up after yourself. trigger, neither do you. So, we're even. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I still have the post.
Go away.
You just don't think about anything.
Go away.
Such a f***ing woman.
Go away. So are you. Ironically.
Huh?
So are you.
I tried to stop this like 7 times
Then you could have
earlier.
stopped. It was you. It was all you.
I tried to stop
Go
it.
away.
I did try to
Go
stop it.
away. Go away. Just go away.
But I slept up here because she made me. I wanted to sleep downstairs so I can actually wake up on time today.
I didn't make you.
Yes, you did.
No.
You were fucking fit.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Well, you can stop this right now.
Yeah, shut up. You're following me and going on. Fuck off.
I do want to say there are some very concerning accusations that Alex has made against Alice, and Alice had even mentioned some of this in her own document, but there are some things that she hadn't mentioned in the document that he pointed out. I definitely think it does deserve a response. The number one, calling him fat and shaming his body, is just really behavior to do to your partner. The thing with the cat is weird. I don't know if she was just jealous of him interacting with the cat, or like if what he's saying is true, or like if she was just really weirded out by him having like a type of relationship like that with his animals. Like, some people like to talk to their animals, some people like to give their animals little voices, some people just treat their animals like their animals, some people treat them like their family. Everybody treats their animals differently. I don't think it's that weird to make cute little gestures and voices to your animal. We do it with our pets. You know, we have like a voice that like I talk to Chester in, and it's real high pitched, and you've probably seen it the times that he would show up on camera. And you know, I don't think that's completely weird. Some people might, and if they do, you know, if that's something that doesn't mesh, then you should have a conversation about it and not be nasty. And the whole thing with him being shirtless and her being nasty about that as well, I definitely think these things need to be addressed, because that's really messed up too. And there are a couple things that she had mentioned in the document that Alex did seem to clear up, at least from what we currently know. There could be more information that comes out that further emphasizes one person's point over the other, but one was about the birthday, her claiming that he had forgotten, and him saying no he didn't, and provided screenshots of birthday gifts he bought for her in advance. Right now I'm gonna go over my thoughts, and as I dive deeper into this may change a little bit, especially if I do look further into the screenshots and like really dig in, because I think there is a little bit of fishiness there. I do. I'm not convinced with what he has provided, and I think he did lie about a few things in this, but I don't think that Alice is perfect in this situation by any means. She herself admitted that she had made mistakes, and I don't think that some of the things she did was okay either. I think this was a relationship that should have ended far before it did, and I know that's not really something that people can always realize when they're in that relationship until hindsight hits, but when it comes to this situation, I think that both of them have done pretty nasty things to each other. When it comes to the physical and emotional abuse, we still have video evidence of Alex being extremely nasty towards Alice, and the way that he took certain things and skewed them into a certain context really confuses me, and I think I would just like more clarity on Alice's behalf with that. So a lot of this information is extremely dark, but I think the way that this entire thing was handled has really gone off the rails and become extremely chaotic. I really do think it's weird that he waited almost an entire year to respond. As of right now, I don't think she lied about the majority of what she said. I think maybe she did leave some stuff out. Actually, I know for a fact that she did, because people called her out on it, and you know, we've gone over that earlier in the video. She probably did try to skew things to make her look less bad in the situation, but I think that a lot of the things she claimed happened did happen to an extent. I don't think she just made all of this up out of thin air, especially when it comes to the police reports and all of that. I think that they were just both very, very bad for each other, and this was an overall extraordinarily toxic relationship. I think they were very, very toxic to each other. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Thank you so much to everybody supporting me over on Patreon and through memberships. I know this video was kind of all over the place and wasn't a super deep dive. Again, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to really go over this, but I really need to take some time to really digest this, and it could be like a month before a full breakdown of every little detail is complete. And before that, I still am working on the Ashley Trevino video and some other stuff. Let me know your thoughts. I just wanted to kind of get like a little preview out there, if anything, do a little short summary, if anything, and I'll let you be the one to judge on whether or not I should dive deeper into this and really take a harder look at things. And let me know your thoughts on the screenshots and the accounts and that stuff. I'm not trying to claim anything either way. I'm pretty sure the person behind the accounts is actually a different individual, as we've gone over earlier, but I still think it's very odd because at best, Alex is just taking the information from somebody who is, in my opinion, unhinged, and at worst, there could be something more sinister going on, and it's really something that I don't have a direct answer for at this time. My camera battery died, so I'm just gonna close it out here. Thank you again for making it to the end of this video, and I will see you later.